Aruba is a small Caribbean island just north of Venezuela's coast, and its monetary history is the story of how a colonial territory peacefully transformed itself into an autonomous nation by issuing its own currency. For over 300 years, Aruba existed under European control. First Spanish explorers arrived around 1499, but it was the Dutch who claimed the island in 1634 and would hold it for centuries. During the early colonial period, the Caribbean stew circulated on the island, a coin used by traders and fishermen. As Dutch commerce expanded, the Dutch guild arrived, followed centuries later by the guilder of the Netherlands Antilles. When Aruba was incorporated into that federation in 1848, the island used this shared currency for over a century. But beneath the surface, Aruba was developing its own identity. The 20th century brought waves of decolonization across the Caribbean. Aruba, unlike other islands, had an economic advantage. Oil, petroleum refineries transformed the island into a strategic economic center, giving it the confidence to demand something unprecedented: its own currency and its own bank. By the 1970s, a powerful independence movement had taken root. On January 1, 1986, Aruba achieved Status Aparte, separate autonomous status within the Kingdom of the Netherlands. On that same day, the Aruban Florin was born. This was not revolution, but deliberate evolution. The florin replaced the Netherlands Antilles guilder at exactly 1-to-1 parity, creating no economic shock. What mattered most was the exchange rate. 1 florin would equal $1.79, and crucially, the Central Bank of Aruba, established that same day, decided to peg the currency to the dollar permanently. This rate has never changed for 38 years. The first coins were minted at the Royal Dutch Mint in Utrecht: 5, 10, 25, and 50 cents, plus 1 and 2 florins, all in nickel-bonded steel. One detail made Aruban currency unique. The 50-cent coin was square-shaped, designed to help visually impaired residents identify it. Locals called it the Jotun. The first banknotes were printed by the prestigious Johann and Shade Company, and featured national symbols and traditional imagery. Aruba's economy depended entirely on tourism. The fixed exchange rate was strategic brilliance. American tourists knew that if $1 equals 1.79 florins today, it would tomorrow and next year. No devaluation, no inflation surprises. They could book vacations with certainty. After 1986, tourism exploded. Resorts filled, restaurants thrived, shops prospered. Over time, the US dollar became nearly as common as the florin itself, and Aruba evolved into a dual-currency economy. By the 2010s, the original 1986 banknotes looked tired. The Central Bank of Aruba launched an ambitious redesign. Rather than featuring historical figures or royalty, the new notes told the story of Aruba itself. The 10 florin showed local architecture, the 25 displayed pre-Columbian pottery, the 50 featured local wildlife, and the 100 depicted a traditional ribbon-weaving folklore dance. All were protected with state-of-the-art security features: holographic strips, color-shifting ink, 3D motion surfaces with micro-optics designed by Sweden's Crane Currency. By 2019, the redesign was complete. What makes the Aruban Florin extraordinary is its stability. For nearly 4 decades, the exchange rate has never wavered, not in 1990, not in 2008 during the global financial crisis, not in 2020 when COVID-19 devastated tourism and emptied hotels. The central bank maintained foreign currency reserves carefully, selling florins when needed to maintain the peg. Most developing nations experience waves of currency devaluation and inflation, but Aruba held firm through discipline and commitment. Today, the Aruban Florin remains in circulation. Tourists still exchange money, though many simply use US dollars. The currency has become a symbol not of revolution or breaking away, but of what stability and cooperation can achieve. Aruba's story teaches a lesson many nations miss. Sometimes independence doesn't mean severing ties, but rather choosing partnership wisely. By remaining pegged to the dollar and anchored within the Kingdom of the Netherlands, Aruba built one of the world's most stable and enduring currencies, a monetary achievement, born not from rebellion, but from pragmatic choice.